sniper. First thing I would like to remind you of, well, not remind you of, is that I am going to be doing a tutorial on how to be good with the submachine gun and how to be good with the shotgun. I hope you enjoy. Let's get back over here, and the first thing that this reminds me of that I want to cover is that when you're about to go into a close quarters situation with an enemy, you don't want to be running, because if you're anywhere near an enemy, you don't want to run up to them, because as you can see here, when I'm running around and my gun's down, I can't fire. And when you stop running, which is right now, it took 2 little clicking sounds to bring your weapon back up, and that's about a minute. I thought that guy was hacking. It takes about a minute. It takes about a second to bring your weapon back up, and in that time, someone can pretty easily put 1 or 2 or 3 shots into your head, and you'll be dead. So the last thing you want to do is use your sprint or run when you're about to go into a battle with someone else. And that reminds me also that when you're about to snipe someone, you want, if you can, and I'm going to be getting to that soon, if you can, you want to shoot someone, you want to be able to line up your shot before you fire, so that you don't waste a shot and give away your position. You want to at least be able to get a good, you want to be able to get at least 1 kill before you're recognized. Another thing is that leads me to another topic. If you're actually in a battle with someone, and they're like running into you, and you have an SMG, then you always should use your crosshairs if possible. If possible, you want to use your crosshairs, but if you can't, then don't. And what I'm doing right here is I don't really have anyone near me to show you. I'm doing terrible in this game. I'm trying to think. But see this guy over here, this AFKer? See how his gun is right on his right side? See? So that means if you get into cover like this, then almost your entire body is going to be exposed. But if you get into cover like this, then almost your entire body is covered, and it's a lot harder to hit you before you can hit them, before you can hit your enemy. And that's very important. You always want to be able to get the first shot off on someone before they can get the first shot off on you. When you're in a threatening situation like this, I'm going to be doing a whole episode on how to use grenades. But, don't do what I just did. I totally did that on purpose to show you guys. Don't do what I just did. Don't just stand out there with a grenade and hope it, and just stand there with no defense. Now, don't just stand there with no defense. If someone's about to shoot you, don't pull out your grenade. Pull out your gun as fast as possible and shoot them, because you're going to die if you're trying to grenade them and suicide bomb them. That's just not... Some terrorists might do that in real life, but it's honestly, I mean, they're stupid. It's such a terrible way to kill someone, in a game or otherwise. Also, see what this guy's doing? He threw a grenade down in here with us, and he did really well. He actually managed to kill us both. And I'll be explaining grenades more in another video. But I'm not really here to be doing as well as I do in my other videos. I'm just trying to teach you guys some things. So I'm probably not going to be doing that well in this episode, but if you're interested in how to become good at a sniper rifle or an SMG or a shotgun, then go ahead and keep watching. One thing that I've learned from almost a year of experience in this game is that you want to, if possible, reload. Remember, I can't stress this enough, if possible, you want to reload in a safe spot. You want to have a full clip before you go into a battle with someone. Because if they run out of ammo before you do, then you pull out your shovel and kill them. Which I honestly, unless you're like 2 blocks away from them and they don't see you, just never do that. a waste of your life, because it's probably going to mean that their friend's going to come up on you, and it's going to get you killed. Also, another thing that I can't stress enough. If you see a grenade coming in your direction, and you don't know that it's from your teammate, and you know that you didn't just throw one, and if you just throw a grenade, you need to get away from that grenade. But if you see a grenade coming into your direction, and you don't recognize the source of that grenade, then you need to run. Because whoever just threw that grenade threw it at you on purpose, and they want you dead. And you have to get away from that grenade unless you know that your teammate threw it. And you can use things like, is it coming from the direction of the enemies towards the direction of the friendlies, or is it coming from the direction of the friendlies to the enemies? And you can use that to determine if it's a friendly grenade or not. Friendly grenades do not harm you. Grenades that you threw will harm you, remember that. But grenades that your teammates threw will not harm you. Another thing I want to, something I cannot stress enough is teamwork. You have to work with your team. I don't care if you're as good as me in some of my episodes where I'm just tanking it and I'm doing really well. Even if you're that good, and I know some of you are, ow, and I know some of you are, even if you're that good, then you can't do it alone. I don't care how good you are, you cannot win a match if you're doing it alone. And, you cannot win a match if you're doing it alone. Also, if there's squads, then you want to join those squads. You want to become squad with people. Ideally, you want to squad with one person, and then both of you go sniping if you're using sniper rifles. And then when one of you dies, the other one gets behind cover, gets really safe, waits for your teammate to spawn, and then they can take more dangerous risks. What that guy was doing right there, he was a massive threat to us, because he could have killed some of our people. And the thing is that if they're coming at you and their gun's down, then go ahead and use your scope or your crosshairs. But if they're coming at you and they're jumping around like idiots, and you think, well, if they're jumping around like idiots, then you can use your then you can go ahead and try to headshot them. But if they're not, and if they are a massive threat to you and to your team, remember that, and to your team, then go ahead and just try to put as many of them into them as you can. Don't even aim. Remember that. It's a hard thing to remember, even though it's a game with a sniper rifle. It's a rifle you're supposed to aim. But if someone is coming at you, and you know they're about to kill you, and you have no way to get out of it, and you know that they're going to kill you, do your teammate a favor, and make sure that you get as many hits on him as possible, him or her, as possible, so that if your teammates tries to attack him, he'll be on low health, and it'll be easier to take him out. Like I said earlier, don't run when you're, all I can really stress is that you have to work with your team. That's the most important thing. Snipers can't do it on their own. It always looks like in all these Vietnam movies and all this, Vietnam, they're like, one guy's out there, and he's all out there, he's got no one around him, but that's not how it works. You have to have a teammate if you're going to survive in a game. But that's about it for this tutorial, guys. Tell me if you like this in the comments below. And, like I said, I'll be doing tutorials for SMG and shotgun. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.